Up $380 this week, which equals 3.61%. Once again, hitting our goal of 1% a week. We took about 5 trades this week, if I remember correctly. We'll go through all of them right now. All of them were winners except one of them. The one trade that I did lose, I guess it was sort of over trading on my part. Probably shouldn't have taken the trade, but we did do something good out of that trade. We exited the position quickly instead of getting emotional and holding it on, because we would have lost a lot more money. But there was only about $100 loss. We were at 11,000 at one point before that loss, but overall, pretty good week. I can't complain. $380. So let's go ahead and get into all the trades. So the first trade we ended up taking was on Apple. We actually ended up taking a couple of trades on Apple this week, but the first one I'll explain is one that has been going on for a couple of weeks now. If you guys remember the last video, I had 100 shares of Apple at a average price of $117.35. So as you guys can see, Apple has gone up around $5, which is slightly under 5% for this week. So overall, our shares gained a lot of value. We sold the $119 call, I believe it's down here. Yeah, we got a sign on the $119 call. So we did leave a little bit of money on the table because we sold a covered call that ended up really far. Well, not really far, but slightly in the money compared to what Apple ended on Friday. As you guys can see, it ended at roughly around $122. However, when we did sell the 119 call on, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember, we did sell it for a nice premium. You guys saw my live trading video. We sold it for $185. So at the beginning of the week, we were already guaranteed a profit of $185 regardless what Apple did. So that's always nice to secure guaranteed profit. But our shares did get called away. So on top of the $185 that we earned from selling the covered call, we earned another roughly $200 to $300 because our average price was around $117. So we sold them at $119, so about $200 more. So we actually ended up taking another trade on Apple. It was a short trade. We ended up buying some $122 strike puts for next week. And this trade, I made a mistake that ended up costing me some profit. And I'll explain to you guys right now what I ended up doing. But in total, I think we won around $27, but we should have won roughly around $60 to $80. But I'm not complaining. You know, a win is a win, and I would have much rather win $27 than lose $100. But what I ended up doing was buying a relatively small position worth about $663 worth of puts. It was only 3 contracts at an average price of $221, so it wasn't a huge order. Apple started to rise a little bit, and so I decided to average down, buying 3 more contracts, and at a total of $606. The limit price was $2.02, so overall our average position was valued at around, I want to say, $2.11 per contract. So we had a total of about $1,200 invested in the trade as of right now. So fast forward a little bit, Apple started to go down, and our position started to make some profit. And so I was happy with the profit. Like I said, we were up around $60 to $80. I don't remember the exact number. And so I went to go ahead and sell, but unfortunately, I was trading at the time. I was trading this position. I was trading on the web platform instead of the mobile platform. And so I don't usually trade too much on the web platform. And so I forgot to click sell. So instead of selling these 6 contracts, I ended up buying 6 more contracts at an average price of $2.24. And so that increased my average position size and average position price by, I don't remember the exact amount. I think we're around $213, $214. And so at this point, you know, I was kind of debating on whether or not should I hold and maybe potentially make more profit, or just sell and take the profit that we had. Because Apple had started to slowly rise, and so we began losing a little bit of profit that we had on the table, and because we had a lot more contracts, that profit moved faster. So I ended up deciding to just, take the win and move on to a different trade. So we ended up closing all of the 12 contracts that we had at an average price of $2.20. And so I think the exact profit on this trade was somewhere between $30. The next trade was on Bank of America, and what we ended up doing, or what I attempted to do, was get the dividend, but that didn't end up working out exactly how I wanted to. We still made a profit, but I was hoping to be able to get the dividend. But what we ended up doing was buying 100 shares of Bank of America at an average price of $28.35. You can see we got filled November 30th. And after I bought them, I went around and sold the 28.5 call at $27. So just right there, we already guaranteed $27 gain for the call. And so what I was hoping to do was, I was thinking that maybe Bank of America, because it was already up around 20% in the past 2-3 weeks, I didn't think it was going to go much higher going into the dividend week. And so I was expecting that hopefully we can get the dividend, and then because usually when the dividend is given out, the price of the stock drops by the dividend amount. So I was going to hedge my position by buying the covered call. And so in the perfect scenario, we would have been able to get the covered call, keep the shares, and get the dividend. Unfortunately, Bank of America ended up going considerably higher than the strike price of the covered call, and the shares got called away early. They got called away on Wednesday, and so we were not able to get the dividend. We still were able to profit the $27 of selling the covered call, and we were able to profit the difference between the 28.50 strike price and the average price of $28.35. So overall, I think it was around a $45 gain on this. It could have been around the $60 gain, but I'm not complaining. 45 is better than nothing. So the last and final trade I ended up doing was on American Airlines, and this was the trade where I ended up losing about $100. I ended up buying some puts, and the reason why was because of that, in my opinion, I thought that American Airlines was considerably overextended, and I thought that it wasn't going to break over $16 just on pure vaccine hype, because that has been used to basically just move the American Airlines up 50% in the past month. It's been the overused, that the vaccine is coming, but it's sort of getting into like this the boy cried wolf type scenario where it's said multiple times, but nothing has been produced. And so in my opinion, I thought it was overextended. I bought some puts. American Airlines ended up breaking over 116. You can see right here, throughout the week it was trading around $14, moved up all the way to 116. I think it got close to 117 actually. I don't remember exactly how close to 117, but what we ended up doing was buying some puts, and it was a relatively large, well, not too large position, too large of a position. It was about $1,000 worth of puts. We ended up buying in increments. You can see we started our position here 415, added on 380, and added on once again 360. So we had about 15 contracts, and we ended up selling them because it just was not looking in my favor. We ended up selling the contracts at $68. I think my average was somewhere around 75, 77, something like that. But if we go ahead and look at the 116 211 expiration date, we can see that we ended up doing a pretty good job at selling and cutting our losses, because if we would held on, we can see that the current price of the $16 puts are $52. So we would have lost a lot more profit, or we would have lost a lot more money had we held on. But even though we did end up losing, we did end up doing the correct thing of cutting losses quickly. And there's always something to learn about every trade, regardless of whether you win or lose. And I guess this is what I'm taking away from this trade. But that's pretty much it for this video. Overall, pretty good week, up 380, which is roughly a little bit over 3%. And I'm looking to continue gaining roughly around 1% every week. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one.